I don't know, Mike, you guys don't make it easy, but that was a whole lot of fun, huh?
It was a great game. We have a great team. We have great fans, and to do it in the fashion we did, I think everybody had their money's worth today, especially from Portage.
What about Brady scoring on that last play? He said he didn't see you give him any sign. He just went. He said you didn't tell him to go or
exactly.
To stop.
I'm farther down the line. I'm trying to make sure Brett. It's going to drop. Now I know it's going to drop. Well, Brady was already taken off, and he knows he's coming. And I want to say that's probably his 40th run he's maybe scored this year. It's unbelievable. Good for him.
None of those 40 more thrilling than that one, huh?
No, without a doubt. Sometimes as a coach, there's no other greater feeling when you know that you've got your guys that you want to run and that you can just bring them around. And he's right. I don't think I was completely doing that. I just wanted to make sure it dropped, and then here comes Brady. And it was, I'm trying to tell everybody, I wish I could remember it more because it just seems like such a blur when they all came running around.
So you wouldn't have told him to stop. You just didn't have time. He's so fast, he got around. You didn't have time to tell him to go. Yeah. He was already gone by, huh?
Absolutely. And then in hindsight, if he's out at the plate, you still got Jordan Walker in scoring position with Hamilton and Jordan coming up, and those are pretty good odds too.
Jordan Walker his was the hit there, big one.
Well, what can you say? He's only a sophomore. And he stepped up there, and he said, I don't need the big guys to take care of it. He'll just do it himself.
What about the play at the plate? It's hard to think that's a great play when you had given up the go-ahead run, but turned out to be a big one there to gun him down at home.
It sure was. Yep. We were just thinking about that too. That it's a lot different. Having to get one run to tie it than having to get two runs to tie it. And, all of a sudden we had guys in scoring position, and the cards just fell where they did.
Just a fundamental play. Bo couldn't make the play, diving out by the fence, but he got it to the cutoff. Travis made a perfect strike home, huh? That's how
Correct.
You teach it?
Exactly. And Bo would be the first one. He missed a cut earlier in the game, and then we addressed it, get that cut the next time, and I got two of our strongest arms in center and short, and we make the play.
Well, you guys had obviously down 4-0, but you battled back. What was different the second time, third time through the order against Fred Mankey? Because I don't think you had maybe one hit, but I don't think you had a hit the first time.
I think we started jumping on him earlier in the count. I think we jumped on a couple first pitches. I think there's no question about that. And we've always said it starts with one guy, and then it seems like it channels. It just keeps on going from there. There's no question about it. Everybody starts building and building and building. Correct. Yeah.
What was the plan with the pitching today? Because you had Bortz started, obviously, then you went to Dobbins, then you went back to Bortz, and you had Portage warming up out there.
And Hamilton could have come in the very next batter too. It's just you just had to get that feel. We just had to get that feel. We thought Matt was still kind of throwing strikes. They got good hitters, and you got to give them credit. So you just got to keep all your options open. That's all there is to it.
So you wanted to go back to Matt? That was just a gut feeling there?
Yeah. No, it was a gut feeling from the standpoint we had the bottom of the order up. And he's the guy that can come back in there and gas those guys out of there type deal. We felt Travis hadn't warmed up enough anyway. And then when Matt came in and did his job, it's like it's his game again. And that's how he goes about it, He gives you that look that he's going to get it done.
And then he did get it done. He got out of a couple jams there late in the game to keep it 5-5. And then you got help on the defense on the one. But he got out of a couple pickles there. How was he able to do that?
He's just a tough competitor, and we've always prided ourselves on our defense. Adam Walls did a good job going back there in right field. Anytime you hit it to Travis, you got a good feel, without a doubt.
What about, as you mentioned, Adam Walls in right field? Diving grab on one, kind of on his heels on another to end the inning.
Yep.
Couple big plays.
It's little things. To be honest with you, it's neat that the way Jordan came through as a sophomore, but you saw your seniors today. You saw your seniors in the two games get it done. And that's, some of these guys have been on varsity for they're 3 years now. Hamilton being a freshman, and the other seniors have just kind of jumped on board here from last year when they were juniors and so on. It's been a very close group of kids. There's no question about it. It shows.
Those guys were having a lot of fun celebrating. You were pretty emotional. I guess why? What hit you?
Because these kids deserve it. You don't want to see them fail. And even if we would have lost, they didn't fail. You just want the world for these guys because they give you everything they have. And that's just a rewarding thing as a teacher, as a coach, and I couldn't be more happier for them.
Just a couple more quick questions. The last time you guys played these guys, You beat them 10-1.
9-1.
9-1. What was different today?
Well, a lot of dynamics. You know, it was the end of the year. We treated it as a senior day. We pitched Jordan Walker. They didn't pitch one of their guys. You know, we kind of jumped on them early, and then they looked kind of lackluster. You know, after that game, though, then they started beating teams. So that was kind of their wake-up call. So every team goes through it. Every team goes through something during the course of the year where they're losing and they can't get a break and this and that. And you just hope you find it. And we found it right now because we're going to Appleton.
You guys have been, you know, a pretty good regular season, but it was a little up and down. What's been different in the postseason? Because this team, you know, they've faced adversity, but they haven't folded, you know, the way maybe they did a couple times during the regular season.
You know, I guess I kind of addressed them harshly after the Wanakee game because that was still a game when we were in the conference. And I said, you guys are acting like pretenders. You want to be there, but you pretend to really care and get it done. Okay, when we won that regional title, I changed my speech before we went on to this. Says, you guys aren't pretenders anymore. You're champions. You're regional champions. You guys contended for a championship and you got it done. You have another chance to contend for another championship today and do it. And do it because, you know, they deserved it. And, you know, everybody felt a big lift off their back, I thought, was getting here to the sectional. It's right in your backyard and this and that, and, you know. And so to get here, I kind of had a feeling we might be a little loose and so on. And you know, we had a good, solid first game. You could tell that we were in control of that game. And then this game here, give Lodi credit. They came right after us. I mean, I knew they were going to hit the ball. They're one of the best hitting teams in Division II. They got after us right away, but I like our kids' sticks too.
All right, you guys you've got a state title 5 years ago. I'm guessing these guys aren't, you know, the attitude isn't we're going. The attitude is we're not done. Is that right?
You bet. I mean, a lot of these guys were at that game and they talk about it and this and that and so on. So it's been kind of a neat thing. Seeing one of my former coaches here, Matt Denor, be a part of it, and seeing some of my former players' parents here. It's just a great feeling. I mean, you couldn't have wrote a better ending. There's no way. A better ending for the sectional. Not yet.
There you go.
Correct.
All right, last question. Just final thought on today, on this moment.
Final thought is that, you know, you just look back at everything you've done in this season. You start back from the first day of practice, the cold days, the days that didn't go bad, and maybe for every kid that goes through something, you know, sometimes this day isn't going to come, but if you stay positive, if you continue to work hard, you know, this day makes up for maybe all the other bad things that might have gone through. And we've had some of those guys. You saw Bo Zion have a great game against Boston. He'd be the first one to say he hasn't been happy with his season. Jalen Walker, earlier in the year, he was struggling. Then he gets a game-winning hit against Sauk. You know, Adam Walls, how many other seniors would say, this is my senior year, I'm not going down to 9, and he took it and he says, I can take that 9 spot and do something with it. So, you know, the final thoughts is it's just a great group of kids that deserve everything that they've accomplished so far.
Congratulations. Good luck next week.
Thanks a lot, Dan.